sister lives in Florida who's gonna turn 30 this year. We're brown, dude. We got a whole army of us.
So you have a brother and a sister.
2 sisters and a brother. I'm the oldest of 4.
Holy shit. God, to love you so much, I feel like I know so little about you, Colin.
That's what happens when you live states away and just
I don't
fucking
like it.
play games together.
I don't like it. I don't like it. We gotta change it.
All right, well, if I can move in, Colin.
He knows he has a space with us anytime he wants it.
I'm
always
pulling
here.
the fucking stream back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my shit ready again. My internet's better.
Yeah, well, fucking way to flex on me with your better internet, you piece of shit. Better. Fucking pulling out whistles, flexing better internet.
You were not expecting a whistle to come out of that.
I did not. Like, out of your fucking, I was like, why the fuck does he have? Of course he fucking rolled. The one fucking character in the history of D&D that's rolled for that
I literally bought 10 chalk and 4 signal whistles to give the group, and I never gave them out. Aramis has one now.
Well, now Aramis has one.
Yeah, Aramis, you better add 1 signal whistle to your inventory, buddy. You're muted.
This is half a game is telling everybody that they're
already
muted.
did.
What is a signal whistle anyway? It's like a rape whistle, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's essentially a rape whistle.
Yeah. I thought we could all use them. What do you want from me?
Oh, I love that.
So you guys are bustled out of the Thieves Guild to somewhat safety of the eddy of the drop. I'm gonna do this for the rest of the fucking game.
Yeah.
To the drop. What do you guys do?
As we emerge, I will say to the group, you guys can do whatever you like with Sugak, but I'm not going to be part of any of it.
Yeah.
Moral quandaries.
Would you not like to discern the sentience of these guards before you make a decision on that?
I would like to, yeah, and I feel like there's a better way to do that than by deconstructing them.
But Claymore, look at the guards and their well-being and their health versus the people that we just met and their health. And it's obvious that there's a huge dynamic difference there. Like, the guards are much better off. Their clothes are finer. Their armor is finer. They're getting better taken care of than the people that we just encountered. And the people that we just encountered are people just like me and you who come here with no...
Nothing like I am.
No, not Sugak. I didn't say Sugak. I said the people and the merchants, like in the markets and whatnot. If you observe them, I was looking at them on our way out. They hold no more prestige than you and I do. They, or maybe you and Rue do. They just look like regular old common folk, and they don't.
I have nothing against them.
Well, right, but
I'd be happy to help them.
Well, Sugak is trying to help them, right?
His clothes were certainly not shabby.
No, they weren't.
He was not in the situation those people were in.
Everyone's shitty, yay!
How do we know what the unending guards feel or don't feel, or know or don't know?
I actually think Claymore might be the expert on this, because I certainly thought of it more as a machine that we could deconstruct, and I feel like that's a flawed way of looking at it.
I don't disagree, and I actually have an idea.
I'm all ears.
Everyone just stops and looks at Aramis.
When you touched the blue stone,
yeah,
it affected you, and I know it affected Scarlet as well, and myself, I felt its warmth, but it didn't. It affected living tissue differently from yours. I'm wondering,
You want to touch one of the unending with that?
yes. Yes, I do. Because the last time we went up to it, it didn't move, it didn't budge. Obviously, we didn't try to attack it or do anything nefarious to it. But it didn't move. So I think it might let us touch the stone to it. And
Yeah.
we could, I don't know, we just see what happens. Maybe it'll wake up, think for itself.
Certainly worth looking
Yeah,
into.
I'm definitely intrigued by the idea.
Um,
And I don't
Table-
even know. Go ahead.
Table talk. Did the clothing that Sugak was wearing, did it seem like noble attire, or did it seem like something that he had stolen and was ill-fitting on him?
It seemed very well fitting, but it didn't seem fine. It seemed very utilitarian. It's like bohemian. It's like he had pieces of fine things
Okay.
that were put together to be.
So it wasn't like he stole it from a noble person and took that to wear for himself. He took pieces from multiple noble people and pieced it together and made something of it.
I don't know if we could say any finite details as that.
Yeah.
But you could say that he had the base piece that he had was fine,
Mm.
and well fitting. And then he had a what seemed to be a separate piece attached to the exterior with another fine piece that didn't seem to quite fit in traditional royal attire.
Okay.
But for as fine as things were, they weren't pristine. They
Okay.
had seen their use.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we can try Aramis's idea. And I want to be clear, I don't know if we went up to one of the Unending Watch and tried to interact with them, and it didn't seem like there was anything going on inside its head. I just hesitate to assume there's nothing going on. And
Do you came from Egar, right? Claymore? Ebor. Sorry.
It's okay.
Ebor. You came from Ebor, right, Claymore?
right,
Do you remember what the guards were like there? Do you remember how mechanical they were and how dutiful they were because they thought there was nothing else?
mm-hmm.
They didn't think for themselves. They were like beehive mind. They thought for the well-being of the queen bee, and that was it. Or the king bee, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I, coming from noble background, know what it's like for such common folk to not think for themselves, but to think for a collective species, for the betterment of the royalty. That's not always the betterment of the people. As much as I hate to admit it, it's not always the case.
No, I know that.
I just got a little bit more since.
There's some angry dogs fighting in the background
So
as
angry.
you guys travel through the streets.
I just got a little bit more sense of honesty and humility from Sugak than I have gotten from Westio or what is it? The endless,
The Enders.
enders. That was just the first piece of the first taste of actual life that I've gotten from the people other than the 4 of us since we've been here.
You feel like Sugak was more straightforward with you than Hollyhock has been?
Mm. No, I feel like they're on equal grounds because they both have their own common interest in mind when they're asking for a deal. However, it is what is their cause that I have to learn to figure out if it's worth my conscience or not. And what Hollyhock had told us, I felt compelled to help. What Sugak has told us, I feel more compelled to help than what the Enders have told us. Or what Crag has told us. Even though
The
Crag...
guard.
Well, right, but even Crag speaks for the guard, right? It's like even though Crag himself seems like a fine individual, he is one bee in a small hive of a hive mindset that is please the Marquis, do what the Marquis says. And I just don't know that I'm really ready and willing to fill in that niche again, even though we just came from Ebor, where all that ruled that land was that niche, was the hierarchy of the system, the traditional system of the governing factor rules, and everybody else below that wasn't noble or rich just fends for themselves. I don't want a repeat of that here. I didn't come here for that. I came here to make sure that people that never had a chance get a chance.
So then why are we
To
trying to give land to
prove.
Westio? Isn't that sort of following that same same old white male privilege shit?
Well, the land that we're giving to Westio isn't a huge chunk of land. It's not like we're giving him the land of all the fields that produce the grain for all the markets.
We just got laughed out of a market for $500. Do you don't think that 5 to 10,000 gold would be fucking significant?
Wait, you just said we got locked out of a
We
market?
just got laughed out. Like they saw
they
us
said-
and knew immediately that we didn't have 500 gold to even fuck with anything they got going on.
Well,
So don't you think that if we took on a job with 5 to 10,000 gold, that we could do something more significant than Westio? If you want to do what you're talking about, which is reverse the hierarchy as has been in Ebor.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you think the first step in that would be not doing the same shit that we've always done? Or that you guys have always done? Or the Outlanders have always done? I don't know how to look at it. But.
Also, how close to the Enders are we? Because I'm ready to touch a robot with a stone.
And again, I guess I have a more important question for Claymore: is does the sentient really matter? If Aramis can prove that they aren't sentient, is that going to change your outlook on any of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then it's a worthwhile endeavor.
And you say, Rue, that you trust Sugak. I believe you said. Did you say?
I said, no, I don't say I trust him. I said I like him. I said,
Yeah, and that's where
and trusting him.
that's where I'm a little bit confused. Why Claymore is like no, like that's where I'm like.
Well, because he's in table talk, like he's what some people don't even consider him a sentient being, just a product of
Right.
You know what I
He
mean?
identifies.
Yeah.
With.
So this would hit very close to home for him, I would assume.
Yeah, table talk. Like he's been treated as not a living thing.
Yeah, like we could easily
Right.
deconstruct him, and he's just like, that could easily be me.
Yeah.
And
that's why I got
as you
bright
guys-
red, because I realized that. I was like, oh yeah, I've been a dick.
As you guys are saying this, you are rounding a corner where you see one of the Enders.
Just one.
In the Thieves Guild?
No, you're
No.
outside. You're outside of
Yeah.
the Thieves Guild. You're down in the drop where they're the Enders, the Unending Watch, are very sparse. So you see one of the Unending Watch on a corner, in as a similar fashion that you've seen before, just stone cold face, looks like a suit of armor that you have heard to be a threat.
All right. Well,
Aramis, you're up, bud.
does anybody have a problem with us doing this in broad daylight? And I also
Yeah, it's what, like 2:30 at this point.
No, it's like
probably
4.
like 3 or 4 by now.
No.
Who gives a shit? We're not doing
'Cause
anything illegal.
It
are we?
was 3 where we left off last time.
Yeah. So
Was
she
it
can
3?
have
Because I
4.
thought it was like.
It was like 2 or
1:30.
3, I thought.
I had 1:30 in my notes, but who cares?
Mm,
We'll call it 4 right now. We're just gonna call it 4, and that's canon. Boom.
okay.
'Cause
4.
Okay, so Aramis, you have this stone in your hand. What do you do?
I take it out, uncloth it. I kind of look back at Rue like to make sure you're okay with me touching it because I'm
Yeah, I don't
touching
give a
this
shit.
to the.
When you
Well,
look
you
back
had-
at
you had-
Rue,
You had
I take the
hesitation.
stone.
Yeah, I don't want to touch it, but you can touch it to whatever the fuck you want. It's like your
Hey,
As you look back
wait.
at Rue, I would just take the stone and
it's like your
start
weenus.
walking
I'm
straight
not really
towards it.
interested in touching it myself, but you can do whatever you want with it, bud.
And I let you. It's kind of in my hand, so if you just grab it out of there, I'll let you. I'm not gonna like try to stop.
Yeah, I'm
you,
not gonna
so
touch it, dog.
You can grab it.
Yeah,
and
what's up, baby?
I say wait, and I want to look around and make sure there's nobody else that can see, and that we're not just doing this in broad daylight.
Yeah,
Or-
okay, great call. Why don't you roll a perception check?
Is what we're doing
Um,
illegal?
Yeah.
Does
right?
anyone
You
else
real
want to
fast.
I don't
also roll a perception to make sure that nobody's watching us
I don't
touch
give
the
a shit if
stone
anyone's
to
watching
the?
us.
No, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
come
give
on,
a shit.
guys!
And
Oh
he's
my
already
God,
walking
we
up
made
to
it
the
They're
so
playing true to character,
hard.
true to
Yeah.
character, baby.
Also, Claymore is already fast approaching the statue with the stone.
Yep, no one's around. Claymore, you touch the stone to the statue, and not only do you feel a shockwave ripple through you, you feel a shockwave ripple into this statue, and your eyes, not known to you, but you feel this feeling that has become common to you to switch into rage. Your eyes flash red. You see the statue glow blue as the stone is. It's a dull blue when you touch it toward the statue, quote the ender. You feel this blue resonate. You feel the red come as a shockwave, and it sends down both of your bodies. So you slip into a rage for a split second and come back into control of your body. And you see the ender stay in the red, and it yells, "End me!" And that's
We
where
all
we're
hear-
ending the session.
Okay, I was like, do we all
Everyone
hear
hears
that?
it.
Oh my
Everyone
God.
hears it.
that's where we're gonna end the session.
That's
That's
some
where
like
we're gonna end. Colin has
that's
to
some like
leave.
Oh, I don't have to do
homogenized
that
type
anymore.
of shit, bro.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Uh,
that-
You can
I-
stay
I-
late.
I
You
did that.
gotta fucking
I
let me
did that
know these
earlier.
things.
Sorry, I got Roan on the
gotta
brain.
let
What do you
me
want from me?
What happened?
I talked to Baby Mama earlier. It's gonna cost me $1 million,
Colin!
so I'm good.
Said that he had to end on time tonight 2 days ago. Today, he says we can continue. The
Yeah, I
moral
talked to Baby Mama at
conundrum.
like noon, so.
Joe,
Oh,
Oh, it's only a pivotal fucking cliffhanger.
Well,
Let's just.
does this help then? How about this? It helps me out to end on time because I have karaoke plans.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to
Yeah.
karaoke after this, so this just gives me
Hey,
more
you,
time.
where are you going to
doing
karaoke at 11 o'clock?
Corner
He's a
bar.
bartender.
Oh.
Yeah, bartender places.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
we-
want to rush into this next scene. I think that it's very important to like end on this note, and it like literally worked out timing wise perfect. And this is peeling the curtain back. Not what I fucking planned for this session, but
Shocker.
who cares? Yeah.
well,
Uh,
bravo. Did you want us to touch the stone to one of those
Nope,
things?
I had no idea that you were going to do that, but I
Hey.
had planned in the back of my head that you might do that.
Love it.
Remick, are you singing tonight? Are you gonna sing?
Probably. Yeah.
Aw.
She's like, I kind of want to check that out.
I do. I'm so mad. Okay. Okay. All right. Quit scratching, Remick. You're gonna make a sore out of it.
I'm not scratching. I'm rubbing.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so we will end it there at the unending watch, gripping at
End
Claymore
me.
and screaming, "End me!" as he pulls closer. Any questions, comments, concerns about the session at hand and not future sessions?
Not at this moment.
I love it. It's like you just whipped out some Full Metal Alchemist shit on us. I feel like.
Yeah, I
don't
like
understand
I
the
said,
reference.
They create these like. Are you serious?
Yeah,
I'm so glad that my mic is killed.
Basically.
I'm gonna leave on that episode.
Oh, she just fucking dude, are you fucking kidding? She's like, I'm fucking done with y'all motherfuckers.